Got to change the name. Oh, whatever. Hello, greetings. Hello, everybody. Hey. As you might be able to tell from what's on screen, I'm doing a collab with Eternal Ruins, and he's gonna draw something from my world, and I'm gonna draw something from his world, the same shtick. And what I'm drawing for his world is I'm gonna do my interpretation of his golems. But yeah, sorry, I forgot to change the name of the stream. But yeah, I'm doing an interpretation of the golems from his world. I thought, well, we gave each other a few prompts, and one of them was like mad golems, and I was like, oh, that's fun. I like that idea. So that's the one I'm picking. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and design golems that have gone mad, or a golem that has gone mad from the world of Eternal Ruins. That's what we're gonna do today. I have a good feeling about this one. I mean, I hope it's gonna go well. Okay, so how am I gonna explain this? I mean, it's not complicated. I'm just bad at finding words. Um, the main idea is the golems in his world have like simple orders or tasks that they are given that they then execute, right? But things can go wrong when the golems cannot complete the tasks they are given, and they then sometimes go a little rogue by trying to well he left it quite open, but this is sort of the way I'm thinking about it, is like the golems in his world are sort of semi-intelligent to the point where it's not like if you close off a hallway they normally run it or walk down, they'll just bump against the wall. That's not the way they are, I feel like. It's more like they are sentient enough where they can decide on how to complete the task they are given. Um, through like, decision making. Like they can make decisions. So what I thought would be fun, and I ran this by him as well, and he was like, "Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes." Is instead of just going, "Oh, let's draw a crazy golem that just went mad," it would be a lot more fun to think up golems and their rule sets, or like what tasks they were meant to do, and then seeing how we could find a way to break their task. Because the point is that they go mad when they can't complete the tasks they were supposed to be doing, so they somehow through convoluted means, find a roundabout way to still technically complete the task, just not in the intended way, right? I found your project a few years ago. The first time now I'm here. What is World for a book game or video game? I don't know, just for fun at the moment, just for fun. But yeah, so that's basically it. We're gonna start off by just thinking up different golems and their tasks, and then seeing how maybe those tasks could be misinterpreted by the golems into some other not so good thing. Hold on. I don't like the ruins are such a mystery to me because I don't know what the actual like the ruins seem to be doing something. I don't know enough about the world to know like if they're because like there's he has like drawings of these transport golems which just transport materials from one place to another. So like we have transport golems, then there's also golems that like capture uh wanderers, adventurers. But yeah, did I explain that well enough? So yeah, help me like if you have any ideas, like just give me suggestions of tasks or different golem or what the tasks golems would be given would be in the ruins. Like there's transport golems, they transport shit around, then there's ones that like look after the wanderers. How would I'll just call them safety. Safety golems. I have no idea what these like smaller ones are. And like this giant one as well. There's some weird ones. Oh. Uh like it could be some sort of guard or watchman. What if the golem meant for capturing adventurers starts interpreting people roaming around as adventurers? What we doing? I still haven't found a good way to explain it. It's basically I'm doing a collab with Eternal Ruins, and I'm drawing mad golems from his project, which are golems that have gone mad because they can't complete the task they were assigned to do, and so they through convoluted means find a roundabout way to still complete the task, just very weirdly, you know. And that doesn't have to be like I guess I have this not a reputation, but I normally tend to lean towards like gruesome things happening because my world's very dark, so I always think about it in a dark way. But it doesn't necessarily like a mad golem doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be, you know, a killer robot trying to kill the adventurers or whatever. Because that's the direction I would naturally go. Because I'm just, I'm just creepy like that. But we don't have to go that way. We could literally have a golem that like goes mad and starts doing pottery or something like that. And honestly, I feel like that'd be such a more fun direction to go down. Oh, sort of the same way if anyone's watched God, what's that series called? Scavengers. If anybody's watched Scavengers, the robot from Scavengers that just started gardening and gained sentience, that one. Like that sort of idea, where it's not like mad in the bad sense. It's just they went crazy and started doing some shit that they're not supposed to do. It doesn't have to be bad. Yeah. Oh, cleanup robots. Yeah, cleanup robots might be fun. Like, okay, cleanup robots is the thing I thought of or first that I wanted to avoid because it's the first thing that came into my head. Because when I think of golems or like robots gone mad, it's immediately like, oh, like a robot that's meant to clean things up, but then started seeing adventurers as being, junk as well, and they start cleaning up with adventurers and killing them or whatever. Like that's the first thing I went to. So I think we still should write it down. So it's like, uh, see Wanderer as scrap. Then we can like okay, we still don't know what kind of robot would go that route, but started gardening seems fun. Also pottery. Like I think pottery would be funny. Where they start doing pottery or like sculptures. Uh or one that was tasked to get wood, but then is tears down random houses. Yeah, like the AI from fucking The Forest, the second one. Uh where you tell your companion to get wood and they tear down your fucking your treehouse. It could be like a transport golem that's supposed to take stuff to a specific city, and once it can't reach the city, it just builds a new one, whatever it has on hand. Okay, yeah, I can sort of see that. Build city to transport to. Like, okay, what I'm thinking. Okay, so with the safety golems or like golems that are meant to keep wanderers safe in a weird way, if um how can I so the priority of the golem is to keep as many wanderers safe as possible. So instead of keeping existing wanderers safe, they just make more wanderers, like make sculptures and figures of wanderers. So technically they're completing the task by adding to the amount of wanderers. Does that make sense? If like if their incent or their task is like the more wanderers are fine, the better, then I'll just make more of them that I can just keep stashed away in a little hideout, and then they'll be good. Like that could be the case. Or well, okay, the wanderers come out of these like weird statues, right? Those like statues with the bowls. So it could be that instead of like the golem realized that wanderers came out of those things and then started wandering around and got themselves into dangerous situations. So what if I just take the statues that they come out of and then put those in a safe place and just stash them away? Then they can't. Or oh no. I'm going in a grim direction, but it's like, well, if they don't come out of the statue in the first place, then they can't get hurt. So why don't I just bury the statues or like close them up inside of like a pottery shell so they can't come out? And then they'll be fine, because they're in there. If they come out, they're always gonna get into danger. Just keep them in the thing. That could be a way to think about it. Keep them in statues. Another way I could think about it is like if the priority of the golem is to keep wanderers safe, and maybe they the golem realizes that the safest the wanderers can be is close to the golem, that they just start snatching them up and like tying them to cages around the like a yeah, kind of like iRobot. This is kind of like iRobot, where we're trying to like find loopholes to their commands to see how we would exploit or how it would go wrong. But I can imagine them like uh holding a bunch of wanderers captive, where it sees danger as being like the bad spirits and that kind of stuff. Uh, do you think? Okay, I don't think golems would know to feed people, right? And I don't think they would be able to tell dead people apart from living people as well. You know, so I'm just thinking the golem would consider, okay, if they're close to me and can't get away, then they're safe. So I'll just tie them to me. Like, we can think of like cages or put them in a sack or whatever. They'll be safe. They can't go and die. So there's just like rotting. Again, I'm going dark with it, but I can't help it. But there's just rotting corpses like tied to them, because they're like, well, yeah, technically he, can't go and get himself hurt because he's on my body. Like, he can't go anywhere, and I'm the safest thing that, you know, it's the safest thing I can think of. So that could make sense. And then it'd be kind of scary to have like this golem covered in corpses, and then he, finds a new person and just ties them to the rest of the corpses, and you go like, oh. Outside danger, inside safe. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking. It's like their thinking gets to a certain point, and then it just stops. So or they can't differentiate certain things, or like, yeah, exactly. They just can't differentiate certain things. Like, some things get associated with danger, and then they just commit to that and don't consider anything else. Because I'm thinking, okay, their directions are very simple. So, like, um, if what they are tasked to do doesn't work out, and they go mad and start doing something else, if it technically doesn't like seem wrong to them, obviously they wouldn't change it. Like the golem who's like capturing adventurers and keeping them, and then they starve to death while they're hanging on to the golem, or stuck inside the golem or whatever, if it's like a big cage golem, for example. That golem wouldn't change after that point, because their first goal was, okay, get the adventurers out of the dangerous location, and then get them to the safe location. But now the safe location doesn't exist anymore, or I can't get to it, so now the next solution is just keep them with me, because I'm the safest, technically. And then even though they're like dying in the golem or whatever, that doesn't change the golem's parameters at that point, because they're like, well, it's still the safest. Or like they just don't register them dying from starvation or whatever. They just think of that location dangerous, inside safe. Toothy from the Forever. Oh, I like Toothy. Toothy's a really cool design. You know what these guys remind me of as well? They remind me of the robots from Or the robot from Castle in the Sky. Yeah, love this thing. Yeah, that. Nice. It's not a big image, but it's big enough. I, fun fact about uh, not the movie, just myself, I guess. For the longest time, I thought the movie Castle in the Sky was just a fever dream of mine because I saw it when I was really, really young, and and I couldn't remember. Like, I just knew the the sort of silhouette or look of the robot, and that there was a castle in the sky. And I didn't know English at the time either, and I didn't know how to search for things on the internet. So I was just, I thought I just dreamt it up because I remembered seeing a castle, like knowing there was a castle and a robot, but I have no idea where it came from. So I thought I just made it up. And then, like, way, way later in life, when I finally, like, learned English and knew how to fucking search for things, um, I stumbled upon the movie, or just like a reference to the movie where I saw the robot again, and I was like, oh, like I literally went like, oh, just pure guttural realization. It's like it's real, and I immediately watched it again, and it was incredibly nostalgic because I didn't even remember it, but as soon as I watched it again, all those like little passageways connected up again, and I was like, oh, I did see this. I did see this thing. And the robot, I was so happy when the robot, and I was like, robot, so cool. Yeah, sorry. Uh, the ding dong, what? Walking around, uttering and repeating safe, 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 while from inside, muffled voice scream and let them out. Oh yeah. So yeah, I can sort of think of, okay, we can think of like a cage robot that walks around and captures adventurers. Uh, and then puts them in the cage because the cage is safe, but then it's like just rotting corpses and stuff. That could be the case. I also want like a more wholesome variation of this where the robot just makes more adventurers. Like technically what it considers adventurers, which is like adventurers aren't living creatures. Adventurer is whatever is a circle and then a body underneath it. So technically, if I just put a rock on a square rock, that's an adventurer, which means I'm doing great. So it just starts making like little crude like statues of people. And then you can, yeah, and they don't go anywhere. And then I feel like it wouldn't even care about people noticing, or like if it saw an actual adventurer, I don't think it would care at all. Because then, it like has hundreds of them in a pile that it made. So it's like one more walking by is like whatever. I mean, like I'm already like saving 100 of them. Who cares? It chases after them, uttering "not safe, not safe." Yeah, I can picture that, and it is very, yeah. I like that a lot. We can definitely do that. Not safe. I don't know if they talk. Probably don't talk. With stick guns, yeah. No, no, no guns. This is not from my world. This is a collab with Eternal Ruins. I'm not, but yeah, like they make like little pottery dolls of adventurers. And just I can like picture a hallway like just filled with them or something. Yeah, I don't know enough about the golems in the world. If you know that they like just use words, then that's good. Yeah, I can picture like a hallway in the ruins just like piled up with these things. And that's like his little safe nook is like, well, all my adventures I make are safe here, so I'll just put them here. And anything vaguely humanoid shape, he just takes it and puts it over there as well. Yeah. And then we also have the version where because they want like adventurers come out of these statues. I don't remember what the statues this because they come out of the statues, the robot just thought, okay, as soon as they come out of the statues, they get themselves into danger. So why don't I just prevent them from coming out of the statues? They're safe in there, they're fine. So he just starts taking the statues and like burying them or buries them in the ground. So you can just see this like big open field with like these little divots or like hills where the head of the statues are poking out. Or or yeah, he can like find something to like encase them in, like wrap them in like a mummy or just like put clay around it, like seal it in. Lures them into a nice house, no evil, just grandma bot. Yeah, I'm down with that as well. Do you think a robot could figure out how to cook? I feel like, well, hmm. What else can we think? Humanoid looking statues? Yeah. Maybe it can cook, but it doesn't understand ingredients. Yeah. How would it have learned, or how would it have figured out to cook, though? Like, we can still go with the, like, keep adventurers safe idea. It could be that, it saw, like, a few wanderers, like, cooking and sitting around a campfire, and then it realized, oh, instead of chasing them down, I can lure them in with food, and then it tried to make its own food to lure adventurers in, but it just turned out shit. And it's now like feeding like it beckons adventurers for food and like something looks like it's cooking and then they're like, "Oh, okay, I mean we can go and get a bowl with the robot." And then you sit down and they like present to you a bowl of rocks and like boiled rocks and weeds. Yeah, I can sort of think of that. Okay, cooking robot, cooking golem that just makes rancid stone and twig stew. Adventurers like twigs. Adventurers like stones and twigs. Yes. I feel like you'd also have to like fake eat it in front of the robot, because otherwise, if you don't eat it, the robot would think you're sick or something, which would make it concerned. So you have to like, rocks, and just like throw them behind your back or something, and then it goes, great, thumbs up, and then walks away or something. Would a golem recognize a person if they were missing their head? I think like the simplest form I can think of for a person would be this. So like as soon as the head goes, it's not a person anymore. So I feel like they would definitely notice the head missing. You know, that's why I'm thinking like if they make like sculptures to emulate adventurers, they would for sure like do this kind of shape because that's like the simplest thing I can think of that sort of resembles the shape of a person, right? Would a golem recognize an animal for a person? I don't think so. I don't think he would recognize like a fox or like some sort of squirrel as a human. Like that is quite a different shape. If you tuck your head into your shirt, you'd be invisible. Really good point, actually. Really good point. I like the idea of not like being able to disguise yourself from a golem by figuring out how they interpret humans. So yeah, yeah. Hide. I don't know how to spell silhouette. Uh, so like tucking your shirt or tucking your head into your, and then you're safe. I like that idea a lot. The shapes of human extremities, especially when they're not tucked in, are highly recognizable. Oh yeah, good point. Like arms and legs. Yeah. So like, yeah, you definitely want to like, yeah. So it could be that there are adventurers that figure that out and intentionally like design their clothing to be um to have a blobby silhouette, or there's those like shepherds from different countries that wear cloaks that are like this shape, that's just a big old shape like this. Like I can picture that helping you disguise yourself as something that's not human if you're just like weird shaped or just one big silhouette. A cloak? I don't think a cloak would be enough. Like you need something to cover the head as well. Like if you can manage to do this, then you're good. If you tuck the head away and then still have the arms and legs sticking out, I feel like you'd still not you'd still be considered human. Like you need something to like cover the rest up as well. Like that's also actually yeah. Even like if you do this and then just arms, I feel like you'd still be human to them. The arms are really the kicker. You really need to like just do that and then just leave legs. Like then you're good. This I think is good. This is you Among Us. You this is good. If you do this, then they don't recognize you. Oh no. Between them, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if there even are different like humanoid species in the Eternal Ruins. If you put a mannequin in front of it, I feel like it would know, or it would interpret that as a human. So you could like hole around a scarecrow and then plunk that down to distract them and then run away. I feel like that would work as well. Like scarecrow. Hello, it's Riz. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, what do we have? So we have a cage robot, cage golem, safe with me. Then we have sculptor or pottery, I guess. Which is I'll make my own. Then we have the burying and trapping the statues they come out of. Uh I'm thinking, would there be a reason if they like plant trees on top of them? Like make it sort of like a creepy realization thing where it's like they're tending to a garden and then it's like, oh, what a nice mad robot. He figured out how to garden somehow, and then you realize, wait, under those plants are the bodies of adventurers. Oh! And then, yeah, maybe. Gardener. Safe if they never start. It could be that he interprets like if he sees the statues the same way as like seeds or eggs from birds, where the idea of the adventurers coming out and getting themselves hurt, the robot interprets that as them not being done yet. Like they're prematurely exiting their egg or seed or whatever, so they're like frail and weak, so they keep getting themselves hurt. So the best idea is to keep them in there as long as possible till they're all done, and then they don't get hurt, which is if they're dead. if they if they can't break out of it and they die in there, then they're not coming out of it at all, and then they just stay there and it's good. Builds armor for two people too heavy. That is kind of fun. Yeah, okay. Blacksmith. Then we also have cooking. I call it the chef, I guess. Yeah, I'm just thinking how like them being tasked to keep wanderers safe could be interpreted differently. Because I guess it's just the most interesting one that I find is just them interacting with wanderers. Because otherwise, if they go mad in a way that doesn't involve the wanderers, it's kind of it might be fun to look at, but it's not the most interesting. Like it's the most fun if the madness they are going through involves the players as well, right? The people walking through the ruins. Otherwise, it'd just be like a little sight to see and nothing that you actually have to deal with. Um, what else? Build city. Oh, right. We have the call him the builder, which is will make my own safe spot. Yeah, the sea wanderer is scrap. That's kind of guards and is there a way to like interpret guards in a weird way? If they lose the thing they're guarding, like they'd find something that looks similar to what they were guarding. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they yeah, maybe there could be golems that seek out people to get orders. That could be fun as well. A golem hunter could be fun. Like if one of the golems interprets that the most dangerous thing to them is actually other golems, like maybe one of these ones that went rogue was witnessed by another golem and they went, "Oh no, golems are bad." And so they start like hunting down other golems and like tearing them apart. I don't think the other golems would fight it either because they just are focused on doing something else. So it's just a golem like tearing down transport robots and shit from limb, or yeah, just ripping their limbs out and stuff. That could be fun. The way you defeat that one would definitely be to just put a mirror up to it. If it saw its own face and realized it was a robot, then it'd just tear its own head off. Probably, it'd be like, "Oh no, I've become the thing I fear most," and just tears its own head off. I sadly can't turn up the mic. It's as high as it can go already. They're smart enough. I don't know how smart they are. I'm just guessing. I have no idea how smart these dudes are. And not think it's just another golem? Oh yeah, good point. It just break the glass. Probably. Start punching puddles. Seeing its own reflection. There's robots in this damn water. There's dirty robots in this water. Yeah, you're right. I feel like I'd think it's another robot. Yeah, I think I can work with this enough. Just the cage robot idea, I like that one. I like the burying the statues that they get, like, that they spawn from. Yeah, Golem Hunter. I mean, there are also like bad spirits in the world, right? Like I don't know what they're called. I'm just gonna call them bad spirits. Like the bad entities which the golem could hunt down. I don't think they'd last long though. I feel like those entities are definitely like more capable to defend themselves than just other random golems. So they'd probably get eliminated quite quickly. Bigger and more processing power it had, so you can have these massive, highly ultra specialized golems that know more than they should. Oh yeah. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, yep. How do they think? The way he drew the golems is interesting. Like they don't seem to be working off of like conventional mechanism. Like they have these like weird tubes in them or vines or I don't even know. Um, so is it like, yeah, I don't know how they function. It'd be interesting if a golem could perhaps grow itself to become more intelligent. If the intelligence is relative to its size. If we're taking that at as the truth, then they could make themselves bigger to try and be smarter to then help more adventurers. Yeah, yeah, that is Eternal Ruins. I'm designing a mad golem for his project, or from his project, not for his project. Like, not uh no, not likely it's gonna be used. It's just a fun exercise to do something different once in a while. Yeah, I get fun. Like, there's this thing. I don't know what this is. That seems to be like a common, not a common, but reoccurs on both of these robots. I don't know what those would be. Naked golems could be spaghetti. It could be. Yeah, Golem Hunter. Also we can have a golem that just closes off. Like if it determines a place to be too dangerous, it just closes it off, which can add like an interesting level of debris into the world, like closed off passageways, cave-ins and stuff that the robot or the golem placed there to keep people out. Could a golem build another golem? I don't know. I don't know. Probably. Like if it was a golem that was designed to build other golems, I don't know where they come from. It seems like they just sort of exist in the ruins. What do the small ones do? What do you think these small ones do? I don't know what they do. They sort of just seem like little critters. How big are these? They look very small, like sort of dog or cat sized, just scurrying around. They seem to have like eye holes compared to the other one. I mean, they also have like holes like this guy, like a little dot there, has a little dot there. That one seems like it might see out of this. Like, what would these guys do? Like watchers, they just look around, witness things. It could also artifacts, like artifacts in the world of like uh eternal ruins are sometimes quite dangerous. So it could be that there's ones that steal dangerous looking things from adventurers, like a sort of thief, a thief golem that just steals weapons. Thief. Yeah, the little one. I can think of pathfinders. Yeah, ATF golem. I don't know what that means. Healer robots. We could have ones that like mark paths, like chalk, or use paint to like draw colored lines in safe places. Don't cooperate with other golems, or if there's a system to how smaller golems do vibing for larger golems and such. Yeah, I feel like it would be a like they seem to me enough like they sort of work together. Like you can see two of them hauling away a person. I feel like it is very much like they're connected and like all in all together they have some sort of a greater purpose. I don't know what that purpose is. The runes are very mysterious, but it's fun to think that they're all like sort of bouncing off of each other and they don't really like the mad ones, like the golem hunter is obviously an exception if we take that one. But all in all, like I don't think they would bump into each other or like get into each other's way if they are allowed to do their tasks normally. They sort of like flow together like a perfect like machine, you know. There's an entire video about golems. I need to rewatch it. I watched it when it came out, but that's like I already forgot all of the shit he said, so I'm gonna have to redo that. Yeah, I think that's it. I gotta disappear. Sorry, it's a very short one, but I gotta go. Thank you for the brainstorming though.